never enough. I feel I'm just so mistakes, I don't feel much love. I started to self-isolate, feeding into my hate. No one spoke to me still, I'm suffering still. I feel so strung out, I'm reaching my own hell. I did this to myself, I'm starting to feel so well. I'm starting to break. Is everything ever a lie? Is this who I take? Is anything right for me? Is anything real? Start asking questions like, is this how I truly feel? Insecurity lies, tells me I have no lovable qualities. I believe in the sly con. This is where dreams go to die, where fallen angels lie. In the shuffle of the cards, I question my life. Is this part of my fate, or is this a big stride? And my chest starts to take it. This is where I start to die. And I feel vividly, my mind starts to slip, my soul starts to sink down to the abyss as I slowly start to wither away, where people lose their lives. I feel I'm going insane, I hate my place in this world that we sigh on, and that nothingness lies inside of my heart and soul, where I start to die. Complications arise, my heart and soul are torn into ties, for Moses to cross and for me to glide across my graveyard of loss. Bodies counted every day, memories fade away, still the trees yet sway, but I am not the same. I have died many times, but here I still lie. I'm sick of the pain. I was looking for my mom's death certificate the other day, man. I was also looking through her traffic report to see when she died. That's what led me down that rabbit hole anyway. Yo, I'll behave. Check, check. Yo, I'll behave. Hey yo, Are you a priest? Cause this is my confession. Emotions altered by constant prominent recollections. Memories of high expectations create insecurity. High achievement didn't ensure any real me. And now admit that it's a little self-inflicted. I accentuate the trauma I've been given. If I fail, then I see myself as worthless. So I'm sorry for constantly needing reassurance that I still have a place in your heart. And now admit that I was born with a chunk of it. Mental health issues from both sides of the situation, so my odds of being healthy were never the best. I still try to manage under all the high stress. Not to mention I've seen a lot with my eyes. Lost my mom, car crash 2025. I'll admit late night I felt a disturbance around 3 a.m. I felt something was off, but I never know what it was till I resurfaced. Till my dad had to break the news that she was gone. I remember very vividly thinking that we could save her. Before this last sentence he uttered, I lost his metaphorical wager. Well to well, I didn't know what to do. I thought I'd kill myself and send myself up to the moon, just so I could see her one last time, more than one nice time. But I had to carry through, and I rediscovered music, and that really helped me push through it. I can't believe she's gone still. I've been through so many replacement mom deals, but nothing will ever give me the real feel. It's so normal to me, it's hard to think it ain't normal to everyone else. What's real? Before this, they divorced me, my mom were estranged, cause she was doing things she shouldn't have been. She was helping deal drugs, doing them too. My dad tried to save me from seeing it too. She turned to these to deal with our such similar pain. So I tried to be better, to learn from her mistakes. Because of this I didn't see my mom often. Called her every night, didn't think she'd be gone like this. Didn't think that we'd be grieving like this. Didn't think that I'd be living like this. Didn't think that we'd be reminiscing like this. Gotta love it, well you got it. I was young, naive and dumb, kinda like now, but back then I took her for granted. One of my biggest mistakes was not giving enough time to my mom, specifically right before she died. Let me paint the scene. Thursday before she left on her fatal trip to the beach. It was Pismo, I believe. She called me while I was cleaning to some music. I ignored her really cause I was too absorbed in my own thing. We were both frustrated with me being dumb at the time. I just wanted to live my life, she wanted to connect. It was really my fault. It was hard for me to forgive myself for that. Almost as hard as me saying that she was gonna die soon. That she did. I'm sorry, Mom. I love and I miss you and I wish you were here. I remember the last time I saw you. Your birthday, 10 days before you passed. I remember us bonding over music. You wanted to listen to Africa by Toto. Yo. Let's jump forward to September when things crashed down. I remember how it tumbled, how it all went around. Me and her, we were struggling to make it afloat. I remember day before, tension was high, about to sink down to the ground, die on the boat. I remember the stress, I remember decompressing. I remember saying that I loved her for the last time. Next day it happened, I was pacing around, trying to block the feelings, trying to chase it out. I remember telling people with importance. I remember that denial was no shortage. I remember riding with Katie in her Jeep. I remember not feeling so freed. I remember just finishing the album. I remember just writing some chorals. I remember looking at her story. I remember striking beauty with the wardrobe. Me and my homie ran away to Santa Cruz that weekend. I cried in front of my homie waiting for food that weekend. I contemplated knowing what was next that weekend. Knowing full well I didn't know what to expect that weekend. I remember finishing the album that weekend. I remember having to celebrate that weekend. I remember 3 years coming to a close that weekend. I remember the months being real that weekend. That Monday tested positive for the Rona. I remember that meeting that my show was over. I remember finding a new plan for the week. I remember being behind about a week. I remember not being able to be with the homies. I remember having to go to the pharmacy. I remember dropping the album at 5 p.m. I remember the album on the board, feeling blessed. The months gave me a real good distraction for I am. Bliss set gave me new reflections, took me months and anger to reach where I am today. If Sarah was around, I don't know where it lay. Even through the struggle, I grew more and more who I wasn't. Dead corpse now hanging by a noose. Went to cocoon to become something new. Find a new life and find some new tools. I remember missing her for a few months. I remember when it hit, she might have lied, I was too crushed. I remember the distance from my friend. That's where self-isolation began. Cause I will admit, it was all my fault. I wanted it away, so I got got what I wanted. I couldn't stay, I was so haunted. Now aligned with different views, so I grew away. Now it's not the same within as it was. I started slipping more and more to what I think is deeper mental illness. I believe I struggled even before this, but losing so much just made it so much worse. And everything that happened gave me so much hurt. I'm mentally unstable and that's somewhat worse. I think I'm going mental and I feel so burnt. I'm questioning reality like, is this dirt? Insecurities are blazing on my soul, it's worth. Like, damn, my own match, why am I on your turf? I feel I don't belong, I'm finding new homes, falling heavens, yeah, that's what we used to grow. But with these new developments came a set of lows. Like, how the hell do I feel this hole? I'm going mental and I'm losing it. Stretching myself too thin, think I'm gonna slip. But all my problems size me up, is this the end of it? But it never is, no insecurities, glow. This is a letter from me to you, if you ever hear this song. Thank you.